The youngest MVP in NBA history, high-flying, slashing, Derrick Rose is one of those ones. Today I'm going to be showing you a Derrick Rose build. I've been labbing two different Derrick Rose builds as of a 6'3 and a 6'4. That's going to unlock his dribble moves, his dunk packages, his layup packages, and also be able to shoot the ball. Now, with playing on small guards in NBA 2K26, and after experiencing the shot contest and going against bigger builds, it feel like 6'3 and 6'4 are the only two options you can really go when it comes going with a small guard. If you go 6'1, 6'2, at that point, you might as well not even put defense on your build, and you're not going to even get a contest. But for this D-Rose build, this is the first option. This is the 6'3 Derrick Rose build. Now, I'm going with a 91 driving dunk, as you want a 93 driving dunk, get gold posterizer on your build with an 80 vertical, but we're going to end up having pro contact dunks off 1 and 2. We're going to have silver posterizer for right now with having that 91 driving dunk. But if you put one cap breaker right there, you will end up having a 93 since it's a +2 attribute on a small guard versus being on a bigger build. Now, when it comes to the layup package, you can stop at 80 if you want to, since Derrick Rose layup package is not that high. But I'm going to end up upping his layup package so we can end up getting layup mixer on silver, so we can go 85. So in the future, if you do want to use cap breakers to end up getting to 88 to get float game on go, or even using a max +1 or a max +2 to get it on Hall of Fame or go, you could. Now, when it comes to the close shot, it's gonna be whatever I touch my mid-range, but 91 driving dunk with having an 85 layup. But if you feel like you might end up going higher in layup and you want to at least get to 90 with a 75 strength, you can, but you're gonna need more cap breakers when it comes to driving dunk. You're gonna have to maybe start out with having an 88 driving dunk, so you use +2 or +3 cap breakers, so you end up getting that 93 dunk rating on this build. But when it comes to the physicals on this 6'3, we're gonna end up going with an 86 speed. Now, when it comes to agility, a lot of people are stopping at 76, 77 to be able to get that on-ball menace on their build with having that perimeter. Now, I do recommend you end up going at least 80. Some people are going to stop at 77. 77 is cool. 80 is literally like the in-between, but 84 is when you end up getting certain motion styles. So if you want to be able to play a little bit better defense or move a little bit different on your build, you're going to have to aim for certain motion styles because you're going to need speed and agility to unlock certain motion styles. Now, you don't have to go with an 84 agility. You can stop at an 80 or a 77. And that's a cool little threshold, so you can end up doing what you need to do. Now, when it comes to the defense, I want an 85 perimeter on this build. As of steal, lane steals is actually decent, but I'm gonna be honest, if you just got silver, it could possibly get the job done, but it's mostly on those long passes up the court. But if it's most of the regular lane passes, it's gonna be like a 50-50. But most of the time, if you end up mistiming on lane passes, you're gonna be out the play. So keep that in mind. So if you wanna end up going 73 to get intercepted on silver, or just stopping at 60 so you can get it on bronze, that's really the two thresholds, unless you can go to 85 and you're gonna sacrifice. Some people might end up going with low perimeter since you're on a smaller build. You can go with a 74 perimeter and go 85 still to get interceptor on go, and then you can rock out with the 68, 69 block on this build with a 60 interior. Now, when it comes to the playmaking aspect, I did make sure that you end up getting a 90 ball handle, so you can get handles for days on go. Really, right now, so far, when it comes to unpluckable, you're not gonna get ripped that much. It's really a low chance that you get ripped. Now, if you do get ripped, that's mean you misdribbled or you dribbled into somebody to end up losing the ball. And it really wouldn't make a big difference if you did go 92. If you go 92, you're going for certain dribble moves, and if you want to go for them dribble moves, use those cap breakers right there. Now, when it comes with the speed with ball, you get lightning launches on Hall of Fame, but this kills a lot for your build. As you have a 91 speed with ball, you have a 91 speed. Having that 91 speed and that 91 speed with ball literally killed this build, because I didn't even upgrade the shooting yet. So you would have been out there with a build that couldn't shoot, but it can play make, slash, and play defense. Basically a two-way slash and playmaker with no shooting. And then that's crazy on a 6'3 build. Now, we're going to go 90 ball handle, 86 speed with ball. The speed is going to go back to 86. Now, as you're looking at this, you can go 3 different ways for playmaking. You can go 71, 75, or /76, or you can go 82 so you can get dimer on goal if you really want to be playing multiple game modes to be able to pass the ball. Since Derrick Rose is like an athletic slasher, playmaker type of player, we're going to end up having him at 89 mid-range. His mid-range is the 89, so you get set shot specialist on goal with having an 83 pointer. Now, if you don't want to go 83 pointer, I'm going to tell you 83 pointer is literally the bare minimum, because I want you to at least get to 83 in the prior to future so you can get limitless range on bronze. And even with going to 86 speed with ball, you still got your max +1s and your max +2s, so you can end up getting lightning launches on Hall of Fame or even legends, so you can be way faster. It definitely makes a difference on a smaller build like this. Now, when I told y'all about that 91 driving dunk, so if you can visually see it, this is what it looks with cap breakers. You can have one cap breaker and have a 91 driving dunk on a smaller build, and just place that one cap breaker and you'll be able to get a 93 driving dunk on this build. a 93 driver dunk on this build without having to use multiple cap breakers, not using 2 cap breakers. You will only have to use 1, so you can end up getting that 93 driver dunk. And then you can put it elsewhere, like, oh, if I want to end up getting my 3-pointer up, I can get 3 more attributes to get 83 3-pointer like I told y'all. Or if I want to end up getting my layup up, I can end up putting 5 cap breakers right there to get a 90. But for a build like this, you definitely can specialize in playmaking so you can get those badges up, or you could do finishing. Shooting wouldn't hurt as well, but as we're getting called a 2-way mid-range slasher, a name that we've seen before, this build has no weaknesses. And I know some of y'all might need a jump shot, so the jump shot I've been using lately on these 6'3s and 6'4 builds is Cam Thompson, Colin Sexton, Baluba, or if you looking for another jump shot, I put it in my jump shot video. It's the Allen Iverson custom. So make sure you go check out that jump shot video if you want to end up trying the other jump shot as well. Now this build right here is the 6'4 D Rose build. Now the 6'4 D Rose build is very similar. The only thing that the 6'4 get less attributes, but the thing is you're taller. With being a little bit bigger, you are going to get a better contest slightly. I'm gonna let you know this now. I'm not gonna say you're gonna get the best contest because you're 6'4 going against 6'8s and 7'4s. So you're still gonna get shot over. It don't matter what build you're on. It don't matter if you're on a 6'6", you're gonna have a lower chance to get shot over on a 6'6", but if you're going against a 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot, they're gonna shoot over you no matter what. You're not gonna be able to stop that. The best thing you can do is play defense and jump and hope for the best, and that's literally what almost every build in the game right now, that you just gotta hope for the best for any type of contest. But when it comes to this build, you got a 91 driving dunk like I told you, 80 vertical, you're gonna have an 85 layup. Now with this, you're not gonna have a high pass act. The highest pass accuracy you possibly can get is a 76. Now a 76 to get the job done, or you can go 75. But when it comes to the ball handle, it's gonna be 90 with an 86 speed with ball. Now, everything else is gonna be exactly identical. The only thing that's gonna really change is the strength. I'm gonna have a 75 strength on this build, and I'm gonna have a higher free throw. Now, the build locked up a little bit earlier just because on certain attributes, they just chain together versus a 6'3 has more leniency. We're gonna have a higher free throw. The last build, we had a decent free throw, but as everything else, you really end up getting a higher free throw because they didn't want you to get a higher pass accuracy. And if you end up trying to go for a higher pass accuracy, you're not gonna have a high layup or even a high 3-pointer. So if you do want to sacrifice your 3-pointer, maybe like a 78 3-pointer, and use +2 cap breakers in the future to get 80. And the reason y'all might ask, why do I go 80 3-pointer? So you can end up getting shot creating takeover. You don't know what shot creating takeover looks like this. It's a bullseye. They mix sharp takeover and shot creating takeover together, but deep bomber is literally the one that you need at 90. So they end up combining both shot creating and sharp takeovers for standstill and fading shots on this game, while also being able to get ankle breakers. Like, it's insane. The same takeover you would get for 3 and D, the same takeover you would end up getting for like clinic or even offensive artists. Like, it's the same takeover, just different stats. But wait until you get the custom takeover, you might end up making something crazy. But for this build as it is right here, it's insane. You really, like, I prefer you go 6'4", just because you're going to be slashing more on this type of build. Even though you'll be able to knock down shots, the mini marksman is not going to really help the build if you end up going 6'3". Now, it's not a high 3-pointer build that you want to end up having mini marksman on gold or Hall of Fame. It's not going to make a big difference in you having it on bronze and silver on a build like this. That's just plain and simple as that. But going 6'3" feel like the better option based on what game mode you playing as well, because if you end up playing rec, just know you might have to sacrifice something. You might have to sacrifice your agility, you might have to go drop your strength to 73, but as of everything else, it's going to give you D Rose, or it's going to end up giving you a Russell Westbrook type vibe other than like the rebound and a few things like that. But for the build in hand, you can end up making a crazy build with the max +1s and max +2s with it, because you got a lot of playmaking badges that are gold that you can get on Hall of Fame or Legend. Then you got some shooting badges that's literally gold or silver that you use max +1s. And also, I don't feel like you will be a super big liability compared to you being on a 6'2 or 6'1 build, that you might see a few of those, and that's going to be very rare if you see somebody out there on a 6'1, 6'2 now, because how the shooting is. Like, at that point, you're just out there just trying to get buckets, and you're not going to be playing any type of defense because you're not going to get a contest. But the 6'3s and 6'4s, you got some hope, but you're still going to get shot over. I'm going to be realistic with y'all. So if you do want to make that different type of build and you end up making that Derrick Rose that's 6'6", hey, I don't blame you. Or 6'5 Derrick Rose, I really don't blame you. Like, that's literally going to be the blueprint of making a Derrick Rose build in NBA 2K26. But hey, man, I just gave y'all 2 versions of a Derrick Rose build, 6'3", 6'4". I might have to bring them MVP Derrick Rose build to the random rec and see if the build really go crazy and see if the rec random is really messing with it. Hopefully y'all boys enjoyed the video. Let me know which one y'all mess with the most. Make sure y'all boys drop a like. Make sure y'all boys subscribe. And if y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all check out the videos on the screen, man.